It's impossible to choose a single data science skill that's most important for business professionals, right? That is why organization wishes to employ individuals who understand what clean data looks like, and this is exactly where data wrangling comes into play. Well, why don't you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and stay tuned to understand what is data wrangling and why it's crucial for business. Hi, this is Afreen Rahman, and today we're going to talk about data wrangling. So let's get into it. So, data wrangling, it is also called as data cleaning, data remediation, or data munging, right? It refers to a variety of processes which is designed to transform raw data into more readily used formats. Now, the exact method differs from project to project depending on the data that you're leveraging and the goal that you're trying to achieve. Now, just to give you some examples of data wrangling, well, they include merging multiple data sources into a single data set for analysis, identifying gaps in data. For example, like you see empty cells in a spreadsheet, right? Or either filling or deleting them. Then, third comes deleting data that's either unnecessary or irrelevant to the project that you're working on. And fourthly, identifying extreme outliers in data and either explaining the discrepancies or removing them so that analysis can take place. So, data wrangling can be a manual or an automated process, right? So, in scenarios where data sets are exceptionally large, automated data cleaning becomes a necessity, right? So, in organizations that employ a full hardcore data team, a data scientist or other team members is typically responsible for data wrangling. And in smaller organizations, non data professionals are often responsible for cleaning their data before leveraging it. Now, what are different steps that are involved in data wrangling? So, if you talk about different steps, each data project requires a unique approach to ensure its final data set is reliable and accessible. Now, that being said, several processes typically inform the approach. So these are commonly referred to as data wrangling steps or activities, where number one step is discovery. So discovery actually refers to the process of familiarizing yourself with data so you can conceptualize how you might use it. So you can kind of liken it to looking in your refrigerator before cooking a meal to see what kind of ingredients you have at your disposal, right? During discovery, you may identify trends or patterns in the data along with obvious issues such as missing or incomplete values that need to be addressed. So, this is an important step as it will inform every activity that comes afterwards. Number two is structuring, right? So raw data is typically it's very unusable because it's in its raw state. It's either incomplete or it's misformatted or its intended application is not really there. So data structuring is the process of taking raw data and transforming it to be more readily leveraged. The form your data takes will depend on the analytical mode you use to interpret it. Point number three, cleaning. Data cleaning is the process of removing inherent errors in data that might distort your analysis or render it less valuable, right? So, cleaning can come in different forms, including deleting empty cells or rows, or removing your outliers, or standardizing your inputs. Now, the goal of data cleaning is to ensure that there are no errors, right? Or probably as few as possible that could influence your final analysis. Step number four is enriching. So, once you understand your existing data and have transformed it into a more usable state, you must determine whether you have all the data necessary for your project at hand, and if not, you may choose to enrich or augment your data by incorporating values from other data sets. And for this very reason, it's important to understand what other data is available for use. So if you decide that enrichment is necessary, you need to repeat the steps for above, for any new data, right? Then step number five is validating. Now, data validation refers to the process of verifying that your data is both consistent and of high enough quality. So during validation, you may discover issues that you need to resolve or conclude that your data is ready to be analyzed. Now, validation is typically achieved through various automated processes and requires programming. Number six, publishing. Once your data has been validated, you can publish it. Now, this involves making it available to others within your organization for analysis. Now, the format you use to share the information, such as a written report or electronic file, will depend on the data and the organization's goal. So these are the different kind of steps that are involved in data wrangling. Now, why is it important? Why? What is the importance of data wrangling? Right. So data wrangling basically it analyzes a business. Any analysis a business performs will ultimately be constrained by the data that informs them. So if the data is incomplete, it is unreliable, it is faulty, then your final analysis will too be kind of diminishing the value of any insights that you'll be gaining out of such kind of unreliable data, right? So data wrangling actually seeks to remove that risk by ensuring that the data is in a reliable state before it is analyzed and leveraged. So this makes it a critical part of the analytical process. So it's important to note that data wrangling can be time consuming and taxing on resources, particularly when it is being done manually. And that is why many organizations institute policies and best practices that help employees streamline the data cleanup process. For example, requiring that data include certain information or be in specific format before it is uploaded to a database. So for this reason, it's vital to understand the steps of data wrangling process and the negative outcomes associated with any incorrect or faulty data. Well, this is all that we have for data wrangling. If you loved the video, click that like button, leave us some comments if you have any more pointers to add here, and do subscribe on the channel so that every time there is a video ahead, you're the first one to get notified. Thank you.